car, sir. I know how to do it. And I said, well, sir, no disrespect, but you can't even execute a simple traffic stop without breaking the rules. How do I know that anything that you said is honest here today? That any of your testimony is honest up to this point? And he says, well, the state of Ohio has placed their trust in me. And I says, well, I'm a member of the state of Ohio. I don't believe that you can be trusted to enforce the law when you aren't even aware of the laws that you're breaking, sir. And, he just sits there dumbfounded. So I rested right there. And then the judge asked me if I wanted to testify on my behalf. And I'd always heard that you shouldn't. And I said no. And looking back, I'm thinking that maybe I should have, right? Just because I never really did say... I should have said to the judge, listen, Your Honor, I would have pleaded guilty to this a long time ago had it said 72 or 74 miles an hour, the speed that I was actually traveling, not this fictitious 87 miles an hour. I would have said he even testified that at some point he got 72 miles an hour on his laser radar. So if you're in quality control at all, you take your highest anomaly and your lowest anomaly and you just get rid of them all together, right? That's a scientific thing. If you see an anomaly of 87 miles an hour, you should just get rid of that because the posted speed is 65. Shoot it again. Shoot it one more time, Anyways, I digress. Anyways, so yeah, as soon as I said I didn't want to testify, the judge said that concludes, this will conclude our trial then, unless you have any further questions. No, Your Honor. It's okay, I find the defendant guilty. Bam. Whatever. Charged, it was $25 plus court costs, right, which are $157. So it was $182, which I found out had I pleaded guilty from the very beginning is exactly what it would have cost me anyways. Which is another reason I decided to go ahead and just fight this out, because I had nothing. At that point, I had nothing to lose. I either plead guilty, pay $187 or $182, or I fight it and I waste as much of their time as possible, and I get the officer off his job for the day. They're ruining my day. I'm going to ruin theirs right back. So, if anybody has any advice as to where I went wrong, there's a part of me that wishes I would get caught speeding again, because now I've learned a little bit, and it's like I think I could have questioned better, but I clammed up, I got nervous, and I started stuttering when I asked a few questions, and I got dry mouth, and I had long pauses because I had a line of questioning, and when I got an answer I almost didn't expect him to tell the truth the whole time. I expected him to lie and not be as honest, and I thought his honesty was enough to damn the whole thing anyway. So anyways, I'm not suggesting that anybody do this. I'm not giving you any legal advice, but what I would like to see, this would be a stick it to the man, stick it to the system whole thing here. Every single person that is going to plead guilty to a traffic violation, even if you're going to plead guilty, plead not guilty. If you can afford it, if you can afford a time off of work to go there and waste their time, plead not guilty. Waste their time as much as possible. Go all the way to court. If you were going to plead guilty anyways, then you really have nothing to lose. Now, at the same time, don't take that as legal advice, because I don't know if the court is allowed to impose a higher penalty on you. They didn't on me. They just imposed the penalty that would have been. So if you do, I say clog up that whole system, because in my research I found on the website for the county that I was charged in for the court system, 97% of the funding for that court comes from court costs and traffic tickets. So of course they're going to find me guilty, otherwise they're taking money out of their own pockets. Duh! It's a scam. The whole thing is a scam. And to tell you the truth, it's obviously not about the safety of the public, or the officer would have been forced to not speed and break the law to catch me, to issue me a traffic. He put your life, I'm sure he had to go 90 plus to catch up to me. To issue me a traffic violation, he had to put yours and your family's life in danger just to simply issue me a traffic ticket. Last time I checked, police officers have CB radios where they could call ahead to somebody ahead of them to catch up to me, to be ahead of me. Or he could have turned his lights on from the very beginning. He knew he was going to pull me over the whole time. So, also let me say that I have the utmost respect for those in law enforcement. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I really do. I have family members in law enforcement that I love and I cherish, and I couldn't imagine if something bad happened to them because of this. So, Please know that this is no disrespect to law enforcement, it's no disrespect to judges. I realize your job is tough, but man, at the end of the day, I think the system is set up so you should be fair. How is it possible that every single person that comes through your courts is guilty no matter what? That sounds like a farce to me, and we should do something about it. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me where I went wrong. If I know you're going to say going to court, wasting your time was wrong. Probably. But, I got my day. And my dad always said, you can't fight City Hall, but you can fart in their elevators. So I farted in the courtroom. Thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, leave your comments below. True Peace begins with how we treat our children.
Breaking rocks in the hot sun. I fought the law.